Hey, so I thought I'd do this video today because, first of all, when you work from home and you got kids at home, you rarely look like this. The only reason I look like this is because we're going out for dinner. Our little condo complex, it's so awesome. We have a community of people here, and they come and go for different seasons. And one of the guys is going back to Canada tonight, so we're going out for dinner. So number one, it does not look like this. Most days you'll see me in my stories, I don't have makeup on. My hair is on the top of my head, it's wild, and I have probably showered by maybe 11 a.m. It is really, really crazy. And there are moments where I don't understand, first of all, how spring break is now 2 weeks or kids get picked up now. Our school finishes at 2:30 as opposed, or 4:30 or 2:30 right now. So I don't even know how full-time parents do this, but working from home, everyone glorifies it, right? And they say, oh my God, it's so amazing, I get to work from home. I've been doing this for 6 years. And there are moments that are beautiful. There are moments when you get to be there for your kids and you get to be emotionally available and you can drop everything and have great conversations with them, and there's teachable moments all the time. And there are moments when you want to rip your bloody hair out because you have made the 56th snack of the day and you're just like, oh my God, I cannot do this anymore. There are moments when you just want 5 minutes to yourself and you lock yourself in a bathroom just so that you can finish sending a text message to somebody so that you don't forget later. There are many messages that I have forgotten because I've been interrupted mid-sentence, mid-thought, midstream, and then you lose everything, and it's so much harder. People glorify multitasking. Oh, I can work from home, I can do laundry, I can make dinner, I can do what. That does not happen. It actually takes you way longer to do anything if you're multitasking, and batching your time is the best way to do it. But finding those pockets of your day, like when you have 2 weeks of spring break, are you kidding me? Right? And so we glorify this work from home, but here's the crazy thing. We're expected, to contribute financially. We're expected to be conscious parents and be at home. We're expected to be perfect and be able to do it all. And it was really interesting. The one thing that made me think of this was that my noni had this beautiful garden, an acre of garden that was always meticulous, right? And I remember being on the farm and I said to my mom, I was just I don't know how she did it. I have a job, I have a kid, I have this, I mean, it was beautiful, but a garden is so much work. And she said, Christina, back then that's all she did, right? When you met her, that's all she did, is that she worked on the garden every day. She didn't have kids right at that moment, and if she did, they'd be outside with her, right? But she didn't work a full-time job. She didn't do what you're doing, and life has changed so much since then. And so I just want to give a huge shout out to all those moms at home that have a baby on their hip, that are building a business on their phone when they're breastfeeding, that they're trying to find a way to be able to spend more time with their kids. Did you know in the States you only get 6 to 8 weeks of maternity leave and then you have to go back to work? I can't even imagine how that works. Obviously people need their families involved and whatnot, but how could you leave a 2-month-old baby and go back to work? They need you. There's something called the 4th trimester and they still need you, and I can't even imagine that. So a huge shout out to the moms who've given up their careers or just decided it's crazy when you have 2 kids to put them in daycare. You might as well not work a part-time job at all, and sometimes not even a full-time job because it's so expensive, But then you're at home and you're constantly being interrupted. You're constantly having to do multiple things at once, and it's really difficult, right? There are moments when I want to pull my hair out and I get frustrated and I get mad and I react in a way that isn't, the best version of myself, because you're just trying to keep all of the plates spinning in the air, And I think that most people don't talk about how hard it is. But on the other side of it, those little moments, Izzy had a bit of a challenge a couple of days ago, and she was really upset about something and couldn't articulate it. And so she just got really, really mad. And we got home and I let her kind of be by herself, and she wrote me a note, right? I'm just blown away that she's already writing us notes when she's 6, just turned 6. And she said, Mom, I just want you to know I'm really sad. And I just picked her up and I hugged her and she cried, and I just said, it's okay to be sad, and it's okay to, I'm so grateful I get those moments. Or moments like today on the beach where she was picking seashells up and trying to sell them to people on the beach, right? or I hear her in the bathroom looking in the mirror doing a video pitching her toothpaste, or talking to her animals, and how she plays so well on her own, and how she has such incredible creativity and imagination. And you know, there are times that I'm just like, I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud of how far ahead she is, and how much we get to interact during the day, and how we get to pause in those moments that are teachable. Like, I'm so grateful, but there's another side that is so hard, and man, is it worth it. Like, even though it's hard, that's what the bottom line is. Like, it is so worth it to see her now, you know, her little entrepreneurial spirit, and how she wants to sell things and create things, and talk to people and share things with people. I mean, she's the best business partner I have. It's so funny. We go out and people will ask how we're living in Cabo, and she'll say, hey, oh, you should work with my mom. You can stay. You don't have to go home. Right? Like, the stuff that they say is so cool and so pure and so innocent, and they watch everything that you do, and I feel so grateful that I get to be her role model. But man, that whole working from home thing, like, it is not easy. It is not easy when you know, like I said, I never look like this. I always like have my hair up, and I'm the last one to shower, and you know, God forbid I don't get some exercise in for that day because I don't have time. You know, I went a couple of years without doing those things, with sacrificing those things, and it's hard as a mom, but man, like, is it ever worth it when you have those little moments with them, you know, those special moments that you don't often forget. The ones that like have a little imprint in your brain, or you see them do something or say something that you would do, or I like watch her do presentations, and how she walks up and talks to people and is personable and charming and asks good questions, and like, we get to be that person for them. So yeah, Mom, it's hard. It's really hard, and we glorify it all the time. Say, it's so great, we get to work from home with our kids. And like, some days I'm like, I wish I didn't work from home with my kid. I wish that I worked in an office building or at a pool somewhere, an adult only pool, right? Like, that's where I wish that I was working. But it will change everything if you see it as building a life that you love, not as something that's difficult, not as something that's hard, but you're building a beautiful life, and you're doing it with joy, even in the teachable moments, even in the frustration, even in all of that. It's just bit by bit, brick by brick, you build your house, right? And it's that simple. Anyways, I thought I'd share that with you today. For all you mamas out there that are working from home, man, I feel you today. I feel those 2-week-long spring breaks, those 3-week-long Christmases, those extra Pro D days. But I also am that mom that, like, I cannot wait to go pick her up, and I miss her when she's at school during the day, you know? Like, it's so funny. But it's a trip, man. And I want to give you a shout out today. Bye for now.
If you think this video can help a friend, make sure you share it.